Emily was 8 years old when she was learned a painful truth. Silence could be louder than screaming. From the outside, her house looked like every other house on Maple Street. A small green lawn, a porch that cracked softly when someone stepped on it. Neighbors waved when they passed by. Cars slowed down near the school sign. Everything looked normal, but normal is often the best place to hide pain. Inside that house, Emily learned how to walk quietly, how to breathe softly. Every night she counted footsteps. 1, 2, 3. Her father's footsteps were heavy, unbalanced, and angry. When she heard the sound of key drop on the table, her stomach tightened. That meant he had been drinking again. Emily would sit on the stairs, hugging her knees, staring at the wall where the paint had cracked. Her mother stayed in the kitchen most nights, not because she was busy, but because pretending was easier than choosing sides. When shouting started, her mother turned up the radio, old songs that did not belong in that house. Emily learned something important very early in life. Adults hear what they want to hear. At school, Emily was known as the quiet one. She never raised her hand, never laughed too loudly, never complained. Teacher liked her. She is so well behaved, they said, but no one asked why. During lunch, Emily sat at the edge of the table. She watched other kids trade snacks, talk about cartoons, complain about homework. Their lives felt like a different world. A world she was watching through thick glass. One winter morning, Emily wore a long sleeved shirt to school. Even though the classroom was warm, her teacher noticed. Emily, he said gently, are not you hot? She shook her head. No, sir. But when she reached for her pencil, her sleeve slipped. Just a little, long enough. Purple bruises bloomed on her arm like dark flowers. The room went quiet. The teacher's face changed. Emily pulled her sleeves down quickly. That afternoon, the teacher called her to stay after class. He closed the door carefully, sat down in front of her. Emily, he said softly, you can tell me anything. She stared at the floor. Her shoes were old, one lace was broken. Silence filled the room. Then, in a voice so small it barely existed, she spoke. My dad gets angry sometimes. The teacher nodded. And what happened when he gets angry? Emily swallowed. He forgot I'm little. 2 weeks later, social workers come to the house. They asked questions, wrote things down. Emily felt something she had never felt before. She packed a small bag in her shoulders. Imaginary clothes, imaginary freedom. But hope can be cruel when it does not stay. After one visit, the social workers left. They said things like, we will mentor the situation, it's complicated. We don't want to break families. That night, Emily sat on the stairs again. Her father stood in front of her. His eyes were cold. No one is coming to save you, he said. Those words didn't hurt. They settled, deep, permanent. That was the night Emily stopped believing in rescue. She stopped dreaming about map on the wall. Instead, she learned a new skill, survival. She learned how to read moods, how to know when to hide, when to stay quiet, when not to exist. Her childhood didn't end suddenly. It faded slowly, quietly, like a candle burning out in a closed room. Emily didn't know it yet, but that house on Maple Street was only the beginning of a much longer journey. A journey through pain, through loss, through mistakes, and eventually through trust.